Testing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tradies Hockey Park. It's been a very busy morning. Fortunately, running a little bit late this morning. As Sutho 4 take this hit. Joe Momsen goes straight at the goals. Just misses to the goalkeeper's left. Yeah, apologies for the delay in the start and the commentary this morning. I broke a cord, had a few setup issues, have a fuzz in the sound, which I think I've dealt with now, but please get on those comments. Make sure that you let me know if there's any issues. I want to make sure we improve as the day goes along today. Because it's Sutho's Ladies' Day. Very special day where we celebrate Sutho ladies, women, and women's hockey. The first game today, just to let you know the program, is Sydney South Hockey Association. They usually play on a Saturday afternoon out at Morang, but they're joining us here today on Ladies' Day, and thank you to the Sydney South organising committee for allowing us to play this game here at Sutherland today rather than out at Morang yesterday. There's a bit of excitement on the field. The other challenge we've got this morning is that the Sutho 5 ladies, they're the ones in black. Of course, they've got the same uniform, so when they play each other, they have to get creative. And the Sutho 5 team are in black this morning with the colourful socks. I have been given a list of who has what socks because they don't have numbers on their backs. So hopefully I'll be able to call out a few people as we go through the game. We're already in the second quarter. And Sutho 5 have got an early lead. Unfortunately, I didn't note the goal scorer at the time. Okay, I'm getting reports that we've still got a little bit of a fuzz in the background, so we'll have to work on that. Okay, so yeah, we've still got a little bit of fuzz, but apologies for that. We'll try to work on that as the day goes on. Make sure you get into the comments box today. To those that are watching your family members out on the field, or if there's any Sutho supporters, or you just want to support the ladies today, make sure you get into the comments, post a comment, and we can share that with the stream and with your family members as well. Now I'm just trying to find my phone. I think it's, oh, that's right, I gave it to my wife. Okay, so it's just Audrey Page. Her second game of women's hockey. She's in the yellow socks on the far side of the field in the mids. A little, I think she's 12 years old, but she's certainly going to be a rising star. And the clearance from the back there. We'll get up at halftime. I know we usually do this before the game, but at halftime we will get up the team lists onto the stream. What's also making things a little bit difficult this morning is just the sun angle, so apologies for that. It does improve as the day goes on, as the sun comes around behind us. But in the morning, with the northeast sun pointing in our direction this time of year, it's a little bit glary on the screen. Talking about Audrey, she just had a nice run there up the midfield. Broken down by a legend of the club, Jo Momsen. She spreads it right to another legend. That's Vicky Earle. Nice tackle there from Tara, sorry. And getting the socks right slowly. Nice run down the sideline here from Sutho 5. That's Gillian in the middle. She transfers very well to the far side of the field. Nice little intercept there from Alyssa Hughes. Alyssa's also been playing with the club for many years now, played across all teams. It's good to see her supporting Sutho 4 today. Here comes Audrey to the top of the D, and she draws the penalty corner. So if you're watching and you are part of the Sutho Club, remember to comment. Well, hopefully we can make this an interactive stream this morning. Just trying to get the sock colour rights here. Michelle Earle, the captain of this team, is at the top of the D. The ball doesn't go to her. And they secure another penalty corner. This time it goes to Michelle Earle. She goes for the hit. And just hits one of her own players to the goalkeeper's right, unfortunately. It would have been a nice deflection, but unfortunately it didn't go to stick. And so it's a free hit to Sutho 4. Michaela down here on the sideline with the pigtails. There's a nice little run from Mandy, who's got the black headband. plays quickly. And the amount of games the women in this game has played is outstanding this morning. True credit to all the ladies involved. Their game counts are phenomenal. They're very experienced. Nice tackle there from Jo. Just touches it onto the foot. Some of that using her experience. Took it 5 then sent it into the circle. But Sutho 5 with care of Gillian has managed to break it out. And they're off. Oh, very nice tackle there. Gillian wins it back though. So they 4 manage to clear it. A big shout out to Mel Alkin, who is the captain of the Sutho 5 team. She can't make it today because she's on parent duty, taking her son and another person's son down to Goulburn for Representative Carnival today. So big shout out to Mel. Glad you're tuning in. Glad you're able to watch your team. They're winning at the moment, Mel. I bet you're excited about that. Alyssa's running down the far side of the field. She just turned the ball there. Didn't quite keep control of it, but she looks dangerous on that far side. That would be useful for them to spread it out there more often. Here comes Alyssa again. Oh, she almost got that pass through, or it comes down now. And Zara Cathcart tries to whack it into the D. Got a deflection from Sutho 5. Jo Momsen again. Fighting, strong ball. Couldn't manage to get a touch inside the D. Now, of course, this game is also significant. It's mate versus mate, but also sister versus sister. Trying to find them on the field. Yes, I see you out there, Helen. The ball's coming your way. Right mid, across. There she is. There's one sister. Just couldn't quite trap it on the far side. But that's Helen Wilmore. And then the other sister is in the dugout, unfortunately. So hopefully we can get them up against each other at some stage during the game. Almost only 10 seconds left in this second quarter. Ladies be looking forward to a rest. And that's it. So at half time in this game, Sutho 5 leads Sutho 4, 1-0. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the second half shortly. Welcome back to Tradies Hockey Park at Sylvania, in the beautiful Sutherland Shire for Sutho Ladies Day 2023. Now we didn't get to this prior to the game due to some of the technical issues. However, I thought it might be good just to put up the team list. It's important that we recognise everybody that's part of the action today. Of course, the goalkeeper for Sutho 5 is Liv Coxedge. You'll see Liv later at 4 p.m. this afternoon in ML3 versus Ryde. Another legend of the club, Gillian Wyatt, is number 86. We've got Megan Patmore, 117, as I spoke about before. Young Audrey Page, I think this is her second women's game, 119. Tara White, 136. Michaela Mitchell, 137. Of course, they don't have numbers today, so probably just need to yell out their names rather than their numbers. But we have Larissa Caldwell, Michelle Earl, Melissa Farrell, Helen Wilmore, Natalie Tower, Sarah Blight, and Mandy Meditsky. That rounds out the Sutherland 5 squad. And then for Sutherland 4, and there's some legends of the club in this team. They start at the back. I don't know how many hundreds of games she's got, it's many, but Julie Singh is the goalkeeper. Vicky Earl, number 5. Joe Momsen, Dr. Joe Momsen is number 10. Lois Scott is number 20. Megan Squires, number 50. Lisa Cummins, number 65. Joe's daughter Zara Cathcart, number 208. Alyssa Hughes, 246. Kathleen Leach, 252. Pamela Williams, 256. Rachel Baird, 313. Kathleen Patello, there's the other sister, number 314. Hopefully we'll see her on the field shortly. And Davina Copeland is number 318. And the good news is there's a second commentator joining me all the way from the Blue Mountains. I'm glad you've come along, Fish. Welcome to Sutherland for Ladies Day 2023.
Thank you. Lovely to be here. Sorry I'm late. It's a long way from the mountains at this time in the morning, but got here, so that's good. How's the state of the game?
It's 1-0 to Sutho 5. Now it's a little bit hard because the Sutho 5 team don't have numbers, they have socks.
Oh.
It's Sutho versus Sutho. Only one can wear the uniform.
Fair enough.
So we try to identify them by their socks today.
Is that a bit of a surprise, Sutho 5 being up on Sutho 4?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I need to get the tally of the table. I'll get that from Sydney South as we speak. There's a lot of experience in the Sutho 4 team.
Yes, I can see a lot of our very long-serving club members on the team list who've been playing for many, many years.
Yes. So to start this quarter, Sutho 5 has just won a penalty corner. Foot inside the D. So what was the weather like this morning when you woke up in the mountains? Is it cold up there at the moment?
It is pretty cold, but it was also nice and clear. So I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword. When we have those clear, sunny days, it starts very, very cold because the clouds aren't there to trap the heat.
Lead runner Joe there. Just too good at the top of the circle.
And they've won the ball back, so they're 4.
That's right. Confusing when it's Sutho versus Sutho.
It is, but it's a nice way to celebrate Ladies' Day.
It is, it is.
All our teams at home.
And thank you very much to the Sydney South Women's Organising Committee again for allowing us to play this today rather than on a Saturday afternoon. It only happens once a year, all our Sutho teams playing together at the same ground.
So, Sutho 4 has the ball in attack.
You told me.
Alyssa Hughes just running it into circle on her back stick, but well defended by Sutho 5 to clear it out of the circle.
Now we always say that, don't we? We always say they run with it on their back stick. I try to tell my daughters sometimes to go and hit it with your back stick, but that's actually a foul, right? So.
Oh yeah, sorry. When I said back stick, I meant she's turned the stick to the left-hand side of her body. It's still on the flat side of the stick, but her stick's kind of the other way around.
That's right.
But yes, a back of the stick, I would call it. If you hit it with the back of your stick, obviously that would be a foul.
Nice break there from Michelle Earl, the captain. She passes it out to Megan with the bright pink socks. Just breaks it down at the back.
Probably with this sock business, Sydney South is glad that Sutho doesn't play each other too often.
There's some colourful socks out there today, isn't there?
It's very uplifting and they've done a good job finding them.
Yes.
I don't think my socks are that interesting.
I think we should start a revolution. I think we should have colourful sock days more often. Fish?
Yeah, that would be fun, although I don't think Swill would enjoy that very much. They're very firm on us all looking the same. And sometimes, I guess, if you look up and you're not looking very high up, but you're just looking for someone to pass to and all you see is their socks, it might get a little confusing if there's a plethora of colour out there. So Sutho 4 running it up the field. Joe Momsen with ball for Sutho 4, passing up the line nicely. But intercepted again by Sutho 5's captain, Michelle Earl.
That's Gillian. You've played with Gillian before.
Yes. I haven't seen these two teams play at all year. As you say, they normally play on Saturdays. So it'll take me a little while to get my heads back around who everyone is. But I know this is Lara Cathcart taking the ball from the sideline for Sutho 4.
She is her mother's daughter at times, isn't she? So you can see the resemblance.
Very much so. Unfortunately, that hit not going quite where she wanted it, and so the ball goes to Sutho 5. And we have purple and green socks, but that's not on our list, so.
There's 2 purple with hockey sticks. One's a forward and one's a mid.
I see.
So it might be Sarah.
This might be Sarah. And that would be...
Oh, that's Gillian.
That's another purple with hockey sticks, but we know Gillian. Process of elimination.
The pigtails is Michaela.
Sutho 5 is made up of some of our women who have been playing for a while with us and returning. Some of our younger players, I can see.
Audrey.
Yes.
Little Audrey.
Little Audrey running around there.
She's leading well at the front.
And also some of our newer players, I think, who've just joined us this year. So that's always exciting that we've got 5 teams of women. Shows that our women's hockey is healthy and thriving at Sutho.
Yes.
Ball with Sutho 4. Joe passes into the middle of the field, but a bit of a scrap and a ball onto a foot there leads to a turnover. There's a lot of in-close playing at the moment. We're not really passing, neither team is really going for those long passes around and away from each other. We're kind of running into each other, which shows that the defense is doing a good job getting in the way every time. But it means there's a lot of stop-start happening. Ball to Alyssa Hughes. But well won by Michelle Earl, captain of Sutho 5. A shot on goal.
Oh, brilliant.
Great work from...
I think that's Melissa Farrell.
Yeah.
As long as her socks have unicorns on them, that's a beautiful goal.
It's a little hard to see from here, but I don't see anyone else with bright pink socks.
Let me just get the music happening. Sorry, we're a little bit slow on everything this morning, but
Just waking up, really.
okay, so Sutho 5 has gone up.
Up to 2. It was a good goal. Melissa made herself free in the circle for Michelle to pass to her. With no defence on her, it was one-on-one with the keeper, which is always a tricky situation. Well intercepted by Audrey.
Oh, beautiful
Put it
work,
on a
Audrey.
foot and has won the free hit for Sutho 5.
You can see at her age, just the way she turned that back on the defender's legs there, that she's developing a lot of skills very early.
Is there an age limit for playing in Sydney South? She looks very young, but very skillful.
I think the age limit for women's hockey, I know it is for Swill, is you've got to be turning 13 in the year. So, yeah, 12-year-olds can play.
It's nice to see them getting opportunities to play with women that they're going to play with in the future for us, hopefully, as they stay around. Good chase by Sutho 5, but it's their ball anyway as it's come off a Sutho 4 stick.
I say, so I've managed to find the table. Sutho Blues, which is Sutho 5.
Which is ironic because they're not in blue today, but yes, Sutho Blue, Sutho 5.
They're sitting in 6th position, having played 10 games, won 3, 2 draws, and 5 losses. And the Sutho Wildcats, which is Sutho 4, which are in blue today.
Yep.
They're sitting in 9th position.
Okay.
1 win, 2 draws, and 7 losses. So it is going slightly to form.
Yep. But as we know, form sometimes doesn't count for anything when you're on the hockey field. You've got to perform on the day.
That's correct. And it's funny how different teams have different strengths against other teams. It's always that team you can't beat.
Yep. Some good stick work from Gillian for Sutho 5, but well intercepted by Zara Cathcart and then intercepted again by Audrey. So we're ping-ponging back and forth a little. But the ball will be Sutho 5's.
Gillian just controlling it, hitting it straight into Lois's shins.
But some good defence in the circle.
Look at that experience.
Has won the ball, Sutho 4, well
It's
done.
just all class there, and a nice clearance as well from Lois.
But Michelle's in the way. And they're playing on the foot because it looked like Sutho 5 had an advantage there. And now they've won themselves a short corner.
Again, little Audrey, she's not afraid to turn the ball onto the opposition feet.
Which is a good strategy, especially if you're playing against players who aren't quite as quick as you. They're not really going to get out of the way. And she's probably one of the fastest on the field today. Looks like Audrey is going to push out to, who knows? There's no real, maybe Melissa. Yes, there we go.
Just inside the circle.
Good defence by the keeper, and from Lois again has saved that shot on goal.
It's a great save. Michelle managed to pick up the rebound and had a second shot.
Who's in goals for Sutho 4 today?
That's Julie Singh,
Wonderful.
number 1, and appropriately number 1. Such a servant of the Sutho Women's Club over many years. I think they celebrated, not sure how many hundreds of games that she played
a large
last year.
milestone, definitely. Gillian with the ball. Back in the circle for Sutho 5.
Oh,
Very close. Audrey was in the right spot, just didn't have enough stretch to get there. And Sutho 4 will have the ball from a 16, so Lois will take it.
you'll think that get easier for Audrey as she grows up.
Yes,
That little
she'll
bit of extra
grow a bit
length.
taller and ball to Zara Cathcart, intercepted by Michelle Earle. And she's controlling it. Sarah Blight with the ball to Gillian.
Oh, some nice work, Michelle.
Sutho 5 is putting a lot of pressure on the defensive structure of Sutho 4 at the moment. Lots of entries into the circle.
I think that's Natalie Tower with the other purple and
Yes.
yellow socks.
I'm trying to figure out the blue and white and pink stripes with the headband. From this distance, it's hard to tell. I know her, but this far away, I can't see her face.
It's not Mandy?
Could be.
Mandy Mediski?
That would make sense because we haven't many options really. We've
That's
labelled
right.
most other people. Let's go with Mandy. And apologies if it is not you, Mandy.
Beautiful clean-up work there at the back.
And Mandy has the ball and has managed to go straight onto the foot of Joe Momsen in the circle. Some good skill there.
There's quite a crowd here already this morning for Ladies' Day. Hello to the Stowers family over there who've come to join us. Good to see you. You're up early, getting some sunshine, watching some hockey.
It is a good day for it.
It's
Couldn't
beautiful
have
down
asked for
here.
better weather.
Stowers, sorry. Stowers.
Alright, we're taking the corner from the more conventional side of the circle to Michelle. A hit on goal.
Oh,
And almost battered in by Audrey on the post, but not quite, has managed to collect the side of the goal instead. So Sutho 4 will reset for a 16.
little Zara Stowers is here, so, you know, if you want some entertainment for the day, Zara will be looking for it.
Sutho 4's just struggling a bit to get this ball out of their 25 or their half of the field. Those big hits often seem to be being intercepted by Sutho 5. However, as I say that, they have managed to get out of their half, but that'll be 3/4 time break.
Yes, Fish, so 3/4 time. The Blues, Sutho 5, not in blue, ironically,
Blue's not in
are
blue.
leading 2-0 over the Wildcats. Is Sutho 4. What do you think Sutho 4 need to do, Fish, to get back in this game?
I think they need to think about how they're going to get out of their defensive half of the field. Those big hits down the middle don't seem to be working. Sutho 5 has set a good press and they seem to be constantly being picked up by that free player who's usually Michelle L. So they might need to think about stick-to-stick passing, smaller passes, clever passes, because they definitely have the experience to work the ball onto people's feet or around them and win a free hit. So I think that might be the way to go for Sutho 4 if they want to even up this score.
So just a reminder to everybody at home, it is Sutho's Ladies' Day. We're at Sylvania Tradies Hockey Park. Feel free to come down. The schedule's up on the screen in front of you at the moment. So after this game, we have another important clash in the Sydney East Hockey Association competition, Sutho 3 versus Briars. That starts at 11 AM. There is a different link which will be available on the Sutho Facebook hockey Facebook site. Sorry, getting my words all mixed up this morning. Followed that, there's a ladies' lunch. Feel free to come down. There's plenty of food in the canteen and drinks on offer. It's a beautiful day. Sunshine's out. We're in God's country here in the Shire. So please do come and join us. But if you can't make it, or you're interstate or overseas,
Or you're just at home like my husband who didn't want to come all the way down from the mountains for the entire day to listen to me commentate. You can just watch via the link at home.
as long as he's tuning in from home.
Yes, that was the negotiation. You can stay at home as long as you promise to watch. And there was a lot of housework that needed to be done as well, so I think that's a fair trade.
As long as it's done.
Yes, we'll see when I get home.
So, without trying to cause too much more embarrassment for your husband, The games this afternoon, the Sydney Women's Hockey League games start at 2:30 with ML5. That's a top of the table clash, first versus third. And then at 4 p.m, our women, they're on fire at the moment. A couple of strong wins the last couple of weeks. That's your team, Fish.
Yeah, looking forward to a game at home, which we don't get to play very often. And yeah, we've had a few good wins lately, so we're hoping to keep that up.
As you play Ride.
Yes.
Ride at 4 p.m. And again, there is a link to the Sydney Women's Hockey League games on the Sutherland Facebook page. You can also subscribe to C Sport. That's youtube.com/@csport1 if you don't want to miss any of the action today. But we prefer to see you in person, so please come down to the field.
I'm not endorsing the staying at home and watching thing, as you can tell. So, a lively start to the final quarter. Ball's moving around quite a bit. And Sutho 5 has a free hit from the 25. So they're going to have to look for a pass. It can't go straight in from this point. Well done. Unfortunately, not quite getting it exactly where they wanted to. So it'll be a 16 for Sutho 4.
So we've got a couple comments on the stream, which is great. We're trying to make this interactive today, so in a second we'll share some of those on screen. But if you haven't had the opportunity yet, if you're listening on at home, please make sure you add a comment of support for your team members.
Well left by Sutho 4, identifying that it had come off the Sutho 5 stick and they didn't need to make a play at that. And they'll get the free hit. They haven't really given themselves a lot of options close in, so they have to go for the big hit, which actually pierced everyone at that point. But they're not really setting up too many options around the back, which might help them get out of there by making Sutho 5 run a bit more laterally across the field to cut off those passes.
So there we go. Shout out to Greg. He's cheering on Sutho 5 today, the Blues. Thanks for your comment, Greg.
Sutho 4 has the ball in their attack, and Joe has won them a short corner, I believe, for a deliberate backstick over the back line, or a deliberate hit over the back line by a Sutho 5 player. So we'll see Sutho 4 set up for a short corner.
This is, you'd have to say, to get back in the game, they almost need to convert here, Fish.
Yes, I would say so. It looks like the ball's going to go either to Joe or Lois at the top. Straight to Joe. Pass off. Well done. The runners weren't there. And the umpire has allowed play on.
It was a bit messy in the middle there. Who finished that off? Was that Joe? Or?
I have no idea who finished it off. I don't think the players knew what was happening. Everyone kind of stood around for a bit, expecting a whistle and realizing it wasn't going to be blown, and therefore playing on.
Oh, did we sorry, I forgot the music, so.
Can't forget the music.
There we go. You can't have a goal without the music.
Well done, Sutho 4. Goes to show you cannot stop playing until you hear the whistle. Even if you expect that it should be coming, just got to keep going, which Sutho 4 managed to do.
Just trying to work out who did convert that. It was either Joe or number 65, which is Lisa Cummins, captain of the team today.
Both very experienced, talented hockey players, so it could easily have been either. Another intercept by Michelle Earl. She's done an excellent job at getting in the way of those big hits today. They need to start avoiding her, Sutho 4, if they want to get up the field, I think. Slight error there. Vicky Earl to hit the ball up the field, but again an intercept by Sutho 5. Travelling around the field for Sutho 4.
Is that Kathleen? I think that's
so.
Kathleen, the other sister. She's playing in the right mid.
Good run onto the ball there from Sutho 4 and a hit into the circle, which is a good place to be. However, Michelle Earl easily takes care of that to get rid of it.
Michelle Earl just too quick for Kathleen there and passes to Helen. Oh, just a little bit out in front.
Michelle was in our Sutho 1's team several years ago, and obviously she hasn't lost any of that skill or speed. She's dominating here today.
Now I'm just hoping that we do get the two sisters up against each other in a one-on-one at some stage. They're both on that far side of the field. So Helen's just over at left mid at the moment.
Yep.
Left striker.
In the light blue socks with pink around the top.
That's it, yes. And of course Kathleen's
in the knee brace.
On the other side.
Yeah.
I want to see if they use the shoulder or the...
Some friendly family rivalry.
Who knows, they may go in with the stick.
We'll see. But not at the moment because Sutho 5 has the ball. Gillian taking it from just outside the dots.
They seem to be avoiding each other actually.
I did hear that Kath's daughter JJ was going to play this morning, but she ended up not playing. She's playing with us this afternoon, so she needed to be well rested. And JJ's comment was, "Oh, my aunt will be pleased because I was going to be playing against her." So
that's what's so great about these clashes, these games.
Powerful strike from Jo. Unfortunately, hasn't been picked up by her team. So 16 to Sutho 5.
Big shout out to Adrian Franco. Obviously, a couple of comments there. Obviously, some relation to Mel Farrell.
Who is definitely on fire, having scored that.
She is
goal.
on fire today. So thank you for sharing your comments. Thanks for being part of the action today. If there's anybody else out there that would add a comment, please feel free to do so.
Some nice skill there. Working the ball through and around the players to Helen on the wing. But some solid defence from Sutho 4 keeps that out of the circle. But still in the hands of Sutho 5. Unfortunately, no one was there for Sutho 4. It's always a bit intimidating to look up as an attacker. Not that I am an attacker, but I imagine it would be to look up and see 5 defenders from the other team in front of you and none of your own team. It's a bit hard to do much with it at that stage.
Some great work there from Michelle Earl. She was just on fire down the side. Nice pass through to Helen and managed to connect, but couldn't find a target inside the D. And the Blues managed to clear it.
Jo's going to go on her own run for Sutho 4. One-on-one with Michelle. That's a good matchup of skill and speed.
Yeah, I wonder who would win a race there. Who do you think?
I think, having spent many training sessions with Jo and spoken to her about this, she wouldn't mind me saying that Michelle would probably win for speed. Jo's got great stamina, and when we do reps for running, she's doing that last rep at the same speed she does her first, which is quite incredible because the rest of us are all knackered by that time. But she has been telling me that she needs to work on her explosive speed. So I think in a short distance race, you'd have to back Michelle, but long distance, I might go Jo. And I guess that's what's so interesting about the sport of hockey. You need both, really. You need to be able to keep running and running, but you also need to be able to run fast for short periods of time.
Some nice work from Kathleen down the sideline then. Just managed to get the ball out and then intercept the ball, but just came undone at the last minute.
Sutho 5's on the move again.
Down to Helen Wilmell, running forward.
But Joe's tracking
Wonder if
her
she'll
down.
turn on it here or keep on going. Oh, there's a little bit of a tumble.
Good commitment from Joe. She looks like she'll be okay.
Oh, look at that for
Thank
teamwork.
goodness for that, because she's got another game this afternoon as well. We don't want to lose any players.
They just wanted to have a cuddle on the field, I think.
Show off the strong Sutho spirit, which this game has been played with excellent spirit.
Yeah, there's no fighting with each other.
No, there's no aggression, no even crankiness really.
I haven't even seen a card.
No, or even a very angry sounding whistle that sounds like you're about to get a card. Both teams doing a really good job at supporting each other. You know, when someone's making a mistake, the heads don't drop, they're just supportive and they keep going.
Might be a little bit different this afternoon at 4 p.m.
Quite likely. Hopefully we will still be supportive of each other. But
Yes.
there'll perhaps be a little bit more aggression on the field. Not too much though, we don't want any cards either. So, ball for Sutho 5. They're going to have to take it. It managed to creep over the back line, so they've got a 16.
It's good to see all the kids down on the hill too. They're starting to come through as the teams arrive for the next game today. Straight after this at 11 a.m. Sutho 3 versus Briars in the Seha competition.
It is one of the, I think, which I'm obviously very biased about, but one of the nicest grounds to watch hockey from, because you've got this lovely sunshine-bathed hill to relax on.
It is. We just need to get somebody to make that pole retractable somehow.
The light pole.
Yes. Just in the way of the shot sometimes.
Yes.
The last 2 minutes, you really think the Wildcats, so they're 4, going to have to try to play long now.
There's still time. There's always time until that final whistle goes, but it's going to be a bit of a hard ask with Sutho 5 putting in such a strong defensive.
They just seem to have the running legs at the moment, don't they?
And back
Beautiful
in the circle
pass.
to Mel.
Mel is on fire.
Strong defense there. Sutho 4's managed to get the ball out, but straight back into the hands of Sutho 5.
Here's the opportunity, you think?
Yes, they can intercept and turn around.
Had last week, yeah.
Would be a good
Oh, you made the semis, didn't you?
chance here, but
Unlucky.
I think we're back with Sutho 5 again. Just under a minute to go. And
Michelle,
as always, Michelle cleaning up and taking care of.
she hits it long and you think that'll be it.
Yes, smart decision. Even if no one had been able to pick that up, it's now taken up some valuable time for Sutho 4, while Sutho 5 sets up for the free hit. And with 20 seconds to go, this will be the last play of the game. And cleaned up by Michelle again, which seems to be a bit of a summary of how the game has gone. She's played very, very well.
They're all shaking hands. Congratulations to the Sutho Blues on their 2-1 win over the Wildcats.
Sutho Blues, who weren't in blue today. But a good game all around. Really good to see going strong in all our competitions. Sydney South coming up next, Sydney East, and then later in the afternoon, Swill.
That's it. Thank you, Fish, for joining us. And I think you're going to stick around for the next game, which is important.
Be back shortly.
And thank you to our coverage team. Led up here, Sam Vagelatis is running the production today for the first time. Thank you for his efforts, and to Anna and Eliana, who have been helping on the second camera as well. That's it for the first game on Sutho's Ladies' Day. Feel free to look at Sutho Facebook. There should be a link to the next game that starts shortly at 11 AM in the Sydney East competition. Sutho 3 versus Briars. See you then.